Hello everyone, welcome to our channel We Educate, an initiative by Earthrun. The Union Budget has recently been presented and it has brought many new things with it. The changes and proposals that have been put forward by the budget are called the highlights of the budget. So in this video, we will be discussing exactly that, the highlights of the Union Budget 2022-23. Now, knowing the highlights of the budget help in both prelims as well as in the mains examination. While in prelims, questions based on policies that are announced in the budget are asked, the mains examination requires an aspirant to be thorough with the development in each sector in order to frame a good answer. So in this video, I will be explaining every major proposal in the budget. This video is part 3 of a special video series on budget that has been launched by our channel. So I would request all the viewers to first go through the first 2 parts of the series in order to understand this particular video in a better way, because those 2 parts cover the basics, the fundamentals of the economic terms used in this very video. So let's get started. First of all, let us have a look at the key features of the budget for 2022. As we all know, our nation is celebrating 75 years of independence, the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So this budget is a continuation of the year-long celebrations. This budget presents a blueprint for the Indian economy from India at 75 to India at 100. A broad plan for the next 25 years has been laid down. This budget will leave India all through the Amrit Kal of 25 years. Like everything else, this budget too has a certain foundational pillar on which this huge plan for a nation like ours is based. The 4 pillars of this budget are: first, the inclusive development. These are the steps that the government takes for social well-being and empowerment of its people. Second is the energy transition. The government is committed to achieve the net zero target, and to do so, it is adopting cleaner and less carbon emitting energy sources. Third is the productivity enhancement. It mainly has to do with providing educational opportunities and skill development training. And the last is climate change. The budget focuses on the ways to deal with climate change and to mitigate its effects. Those were the 4 pillars of the budget. But now let us see the 4 priorities of it. First is the PM Gati Shakti, 100 lakh crore project to boost infrastructure. Second is the inclusive development. As I just explained, it means the well-being and development of the common man. Third is the productivity enhancement and investment. Also the same, to turn the large population into human resource. Fourth is financing of investments. The various economic tax and non-tax proposals are covered under this topic. So this gives us a brief outline of what all is the government planning for the year to come. So we will take up all 4 of them one by one and see in detail the proposals for each sector. But before that, let us have a brief look at the major economic indicators that present the health of an economy. Despite the recent waves of COVID-19, our economy is expected to grow by 27%. The revised fiscal deficit for 2021-22 was 6.9%, whereas the fiscal deficit in 2022-23 will be 6.4%. The capital expenditure has seen a steep rise of 35.4%, taking it from 5.54 lakh crore in the current financial year to 7.50 lakh crore in the year to come. The RBI has, however, kept the repo rate unchanged at 4%. The inflation lingered around 5.2%, chiefly driven by the high prices of food and fuel. The foreign direct investments in 2021 have gone down by 29.5% as that from 2020. It amounted to $24.7 billion. However, there is some good news too. The merchandise export witnessed an expansion of 49.7% in 2021. Now, these figures show a mixed picture for a pandemic hit economy like ours, but the chances of revival are high. Moving on, let us now see the major policies and proposals unveiled in the budget. So, in the infrastructure sector, PM Gati Shakti, Vande Bharat trains, and One Product, One Railway Station schemes are the latest development. The PM Gati Shakti is a 100 lakh crore project for developing holistic infrastructure. While implementing the 7 engines model, it aims at reducing the logistics cost and help speedier implementation of development projects. The Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has been made the nodal agency for this project. Moreover, 400 new generation Vande Bharat trains will be manufactured in the next 3 years. Also, the One Product, One Railway Station initiative will be promoted. It will promote supply chain of local products. Additionally, 6 river linking projects, including the Ken Betwa, will be implemented. In the agriculture sector, Kisan drones will be used for crop assessment and to aid farmers. Also, natural farming along the river banks of Ganga will be promoted on a pilot basis. As far as the education and skill development sectors are concerned, the budget has announced that the One Class, One TV channel program of the PM E-Vidya will be expanded from 12 to 200 TV channels. Virtual labs and skilling e-labs will be set up. A digital university has also been proposed. The digital ecosystem for skilling and livelihood, that is the Desh Stack e-portal, will be launched to skill youth. The pandemic has brought to light the need for a solid national health scheme. Hence, a national digital health ecosystem will be launched wherein every citizen will be issued an unique health identity and universal access to world-class health facilities. COVID has taken a toll on the mental health of the citizens. To help them overcome such disorders, the setting up of a national tele-mental health program has been proposed. Also, keeping in view the invaluable role of Anganwadis in these adverse times, 2 lakh Anganwadis will be upgraded to have better infrastructure and environment for child development. Talking about the various welfare schemes, the Har Ghar Jal Se Nal, a scheme originally launched in 2015, has been allotted a sum of rupees 60,000 crore for the coming financial year. The PM Awas Yojana has been expanded to complete 80 lakh Pakka houses in 2022-23. 100% post offices will now come in the mainstream banking system, where they will now offer internet banking, mobile banking, ATM and fund transfer facilities. It will particularly help people in rural areas who don't have as easy an access to ATMs as to a post office. Also, to encourage digital payments, scheduled commercial banks have been asked to set up 75 digital banking units in 75 districts. Looking at the MSME sector, to ease affairs, the Udyam, eShram, NCS and Asim portals have been interlinked. Each of them are dedicated to the unorganized sector. This move will help further formalization of the economy. Seeing the effects of COVID on hospitality sector, the extension of Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme, that is CGTMSE scheme, cover has been expanded to rupees 5 lakh crore. Also, the Credit Guarantee Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises scheme, that is the CGTMSE scheme, will facilitate expanding employment opportunities for this sector. The Raising and Accelerating MSME program, that is the RAMP program, will further help the sector to be more efficient. Moving on to productivity enhancement and investment. For promoting the ease of doing business, many plans have been announced. One of them being the Parivesh portal. It helps getting environmental clearances, and it has been proposed that it will be expanded to have a wider scope. It has also been proposed that a unique land parcel identification number for land record management will be issued. CPACE will help companies wind up voluntarily. A task force for the promotion in the fields of animation, visual effects, gaming, and comic will be set up. To keep pace with the technology, a public-private partnership to lay optical fiber in rural areas will be undertaken. A 5G rollout has also been promised. Further, the Special Economic Zones Act will be replaced with a new law which will help states use the resources that are present optimally and help grow their exports. Talking of defense, in order to take the idea of Atmanirbhar Bharat forward, 68% capital for defense sector has been earmarked for local industry. Research and development by private players will be opened up and promoted. In order to ease living, it has been announced that soon e-passports will be issued. The Centers of Excellence in Urban Planning will make recommendations on the subject. In urban areas, the battery swapping policy as an alternative to setting up charging stations has been announced. Let us come to the sunrise opportunities. These are the relatively new technologies that grow at a fast pace and are expected to become important in the near future. Artificial intelligence and space tourism are some of the examples. These opportunities were reiterated in the budget and the youth were promised employment. Talking about energy transition, it is an important step towards achieving the net zero target promised at COP26. For this, low carbon development strategies will be adopted along with encouraging the use of solar power. Transition to a carbon neutral economy and energy efficient measures adoption are some of the facets of climate action. Let us now come to financing of investments. For ease of understanding, I have divided it into two subheadings, the non-tax proposals and the tax proposals. Let's see the non-tax proposals first. The corporate surcharge has been reduced from 12% to 7%. A surcharge is an extra tax levied on an existing tax. Income from long-term capital gains will now be taxed at 15%. Remarkably, noting the rise of cryptocurrency, it has been announced that any wealth from a virtual asset will be taxed at 30%. As stated earlier, the capital expenditure by the government has been increased. Another interesting announcement made in the budget was the unveiling of the plan of a digital currency. It has been announced that the RBI will soon roll out the nation's legal tender virtual currency. Also, the GIFT IFSC would be set up, and an international arbitration center will be established in the GIFT city. Another step towards a cleaner environment, the green bonds will be issued to mobilize resources for green infrastructure. A brief look at the tax proposals. The tax deduction limit on employers' contribution to NPS account has been increased to 14%. The taxpayers have been granted the liberty to correct the omissions within 2 years. Persons with disability have been provided relief in taxes. However, 1% TDS will be charged on transfers of virtual assets above a threshold. India's economy is expected to grow at 9.2%, much higher than any of the big economies of the world. So these were the major highlights of the Union Budget 2022-23. With numerous novel announcements, the budget brings hope. If you liked what we are doing and found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Do not forget to check out our official website www.artharan.co.in, where daily news analysis, quiz and much more are uploaded every day. Thank you for watching.